What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Detail back on another post-game recap. Uh, the nightmare continues, man. This season, just when you think we're about to turn the corner a little bit, something horrible happens. We lose a 20-point lead. We go in to the half of 20, playing phenomenal basketball. LeBron James is killing. Malik Monk is killing. Russ, um, but we go up the half 20 points, and we come out in the second half with a loser's mentality. We basically thought we won it at the half. They come out lackadaisical, giving up second chance rebounds, points, not guarding the 3-point line. The coach starts playing a lot of small ball, especially late in the third. It comes back to bite us. Jonas Valanciunas eats us. Trey Murphy turned into Eddie Murphy with goofy ass out here hitting all kinds of crazy threes. Like this team just doesn't have the killer, man. I've said it all year, and it's repetitive at this point. But yeah, 23 points. Up 23 points at one point, Alfonso. Absolutely. They don't have the killer mentality. All right, we get out hustled. We don't have the heart. We play in spurts, and then we start going ISO ball. Everybody starts going ISO ball, turning the ball over, doing stupid shit. And the Pelicans capitalized. So congratulations to them. They deserve this victory way more than we did. They capitalized, and I'm just like, man, I can't believe it. We go away from what's working. We started off the game with the starting lineup of Austin Reeves, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard, and Wenyen Gabriel. We end up with like Carmelo playing some minutes at the five. We end up playing with THT way too long. He had a shitty game again tonight. And coach left him out there way too long when he could have put Austin Reeves or Stanley Johnson. Like, you got options, but you just don't know how to coach, man. And it's one of those things where I can't believe it, man. This team just like I said, I'm not sure if they're trying to miss the play-in tournament altogether, man. But they just melded in the second half. First half looked like a completely different team than the second half, and I'm beyond disappointed, man. 9 games left in the season, and this team just doesn't want it. And then the coach is so horrible, man. The coach is horrible. I mean, he does everything possible to kill momentum with the little rotations he puts out there. He had DJ Augustine, THT, Carmelo Anthony all out there at the same time. And Carmelo didn't play a good game. He came out, hit a couple shots, and then he magically disappeared. Defensively, he wasn't there. All in all, very disappointed in tonight's game. Again, I mean, but that's just the thing. I always say with this team this year, you gotta anticipate the worst and hope for the best. It's been like that all year. If not, I'd be breaking shit right now. I'd be breaking shit right now from how frustrated this season has been, man. Just flush it down the toilet. It's just sickening, to be honest with y'all, man. Let's see what happens when AD comes back. But look, the Pelicans now have the tiebreaker. We're only a half game up on the Spurs. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if we missed the play-in altogether, which would make this team by far the most disappointing Laker team of all time based on the salary projection and what we're paying these max players. Think about that. So that's horrible. All I have to cheer for at this point of the season is LeBron James scoring title. That's it. Other than that, I don't even know what else to cheer for. The youth development, but the coaching staff don't even let them finish the games. Austin Reeves should have been out there. Wenyen Gabriel. Why don't we end the games the way we started them? See, the craziest thing this season about Coach Frank Vogel has been that he starts off the game. We got a 20-point lead for a reason. Our starters and Malik Monk were crucial to that. Okay? But what happens in the second half? We don't play the same rotations. We might throw out the same starters to start the third, but they never get to see the fourth quarter. We didn't see Wenyen Gabriel till like the 19 seconds left in the game. And it's like, we don't trust what works. We just go away from it. And I don't know what coach is trying to. He tries to do too much instead of just staying true to what the team is. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Just another disappointing loss squandered away by our Lakers. And we just got to roll with the punches, I guess, at this point. He said, it almost feels like Vogel makes these end-of-the-game rotations on purpose to ruin the game. I doubt we make the play-in at this point. I don't know what to believe, Liam, because – and thanks for a donation, bro. I appreciate that. I don't know what to believe because I'll be honest with you, man. Every time that I'm ready to turn the page on this team, they do something that blows me away, like LeBron dropping 50 or the going big and actually playing right rotations. It's just so unpredictable. At this point, the Lakers are a happy meal. Remember when you were a kid, you used to get the Happy Meal. You just never knew if it was going to be a good toy or some crappy toy. That's what this reminds me of, man. Every night, we don't know what we're going to get on the Happy Meal. We're going to get some crappy stickers, or we can get something we could use. you know, um, I don't know. This team, man. This team is very. It doesn't have an identity. You just don't know what you're going to get every night. It's been like that all year, and the rotations are crazy. This is why people tell me to believe in this team. They say stuff like, if we're healthy, this and that. I've said it myself, but then it's really hard to believe when you see what the coaching staff does on a night in, night out basis. It's become, I guess, the identity of this team is an inconsistent coaching staff and rotations. That's it. He said Vogel's trash and Westbrook bounced the ball too much and slowing down the game. I will say this, man, and I was gonna erased my tweet because I was like, man, why tweet negative stuff when we're up 20? But Russell Westbrook does kill momentum a lot of the times. In the first half, we were firing on all cylinders, and Russ was doing some crazy shit, man, dribbling into triple teams, kicking it out to the opposition is weird. It's like he plays for the wrong team sometimes. And then, like I've been saying about him, and I think this has been the case his whole career. That's why he hasn't really gone far outside of that one finals run with James Harden, KD, and all them when they were stacked. He is a double-edged sword. He either cuts your team or he cuts in favor of you. But again, he just he did some good things. He did some bad things tonight. Speechless, he said. Hey, Dan, this OG Craig Laker fan since 1968. He said, this go back to last year. This is totally Frank Vogel, period. Trust me. I mean, it's Frank Vogel. It's the bad fit. I'm not sure if THT fits on this team anymore. Because when he comes in, we start doing bad. And maybe it's the coaching staff setting him up for failure or leaving him out there too many minutes. Or maybe it's just he got bad habits from Russell Westbrook. I don't know what the case may be, but I'm very disappointed in the year he's having. We actually looked better when he was on the bench. And I hate to say that about young talent, but damn, he's out of control, similar to Westbrook. It's like, I don't know. They're like 1A, 1B. And then on top of that, Frank, he doesn't make the adjustments. You see somebody struggling, how about you pull him out, hold him accountable? Nope. Not Frank the Tank, no, sir. Frank will leave him out there till they drown, It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But it does hurt. It's a painful game. A very, very painful game. He said, this is the new low for the team. Every game we lose a 20-point lead, it feels that way. This is not the first 20-point lead we've lost this season. That's the crazy part, right? You would think we learn from it. But actually, I'm desperate, guys. I actually tweeted to Jeannie Buss. I doubt she'll read my tweet. But just in case, I ask her to please fire Frank Vogel. He's not for this team, man. If I have to watch this guy one more season, I'm going to lose it, guys. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. And that's just the thing, man. It's target practice for every team that plays the Lakers. I mean, Brandon Ingram just came back from missing 10 games, and look at him. He looked great. CJ McCollum, they just traded from fresh off of Portland. He looked great. And then Trey freaking Eddie Murphy out here hitting threes like a psychopath, man. I'm just like, damn, like this really isn't our year, And we don't know how to. We get punched in the mouth, and we don't know how to respond to that. We don't have a killer mentality this season. And a lot of that is on the front office, some of that on the coaching staff, some of that on the players. But we don't have it. I look for a hero to save us every time. Malik Monk played a hell of a game, but in the end, ran out of gas. LeBron James played a hell of a game. Looked like he ran out of gas in the end. It's very, very disappointing, guys. Very disappointing. But hey, I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Because let's be real. What's the point of making a play-in just to have them disappoint us? If they're gonna play like this, and not take these type of game series and lose 20-point leads, then why even make the playoffs? What's the point? Let some other team more deserving of it that can actually go in there and have a killer mentality and have a chance to get some upsets or advance. Do it. If that's the case, we're going to come out here with Frank half-ass and everything, and the players running out of gas halfway through the game, then we don't deserve to be in the play-in. It's that simple. I'd rather know the truth. Early than later. The later you go, the more disappointment. The earlier, at least you can start moving on into the offseason. So we'll see. If we don't make the play-in, guys, at least you know that there's going to be pressure on the front office to make major moves this offseason. And I'm talking major moves. Because if they make the play in and it upset a team, maybe two, then all of a sudden maybe you'll start hearing the narrative that, hey, if Frank would have had the whole team healthy, blah blah blah, and maybe they give him another chance. I don't want Frank to even set foot in Crypto.com Arena or Staples Center, whatever you want to call it, ever again after they can his ass. Man, he's been horrible. He's starting to cross. He's starting to cross Luke Walton territory. The only reason I don't put him there is because he was actually a part of a championship. But yeah, he's chartering into Luke Walton idiocracy territory. He's pissing me off, guys. Williams said, we played Dallas, Utah, Denver twice, Phoenix, Golden State, New Orleans, San Antonio. Maybe the only win we get the rest of the season. And if that's the case, we won't make the play-in either, bro. And what does that mean? That means that they got to come out here with the sharpest of knives and start cutting. Start cutting, folks, because this is embarrassed. This is not an acceptable product. You can't be paying the luxury tax, charging an arm and a leg for cable, and then people get this shitty, brand product of basketball. This is not how I picture myself spending my Sunday. Thankfully, my second team, Mexico, won, so shout out to them. But I'm still not happy, man. I needed this Laker win to make my whole, weekend complete. Isaiah Jordan said, Dan, I was celebrating us being up 23 points at the half, and we literally lost the lead in 5 minutes. This year's LA team can go to hell. Such a joke. Now, I won't put them there, man, but I won't put them there, but I feel you. I feel your pain. And the most embarrassing part is that they make us believe again. We want to have something to cheer for here in LA. We want the Lakers to be good. We want them to be good so bad that we start lying to ourselves and say, well, maybe if this happens and this happens and this happens, maybe then we're going to be troubled. But then what happens, right? They show us their true colors, and here they come, man. And here they come. Losing a 20-point lead to a young team who's also been struggling coming off of injuries. But give them credit. Give the Pelicans credit. They never gave up. They have poise. They're better coached than us, that's for sure. I mean, 29 other teams in the league are better coached than us. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We take our L's, keep your head up, and keep it moving. Keep it pushing. There's no reason why Melo should have been guarding Valanciunas in the fourth. Vogel loves forcing Melo and Braun at the five. It hasn't worked for us. I absolutely agree with you, Boggs. And thank you, bro, for the donation. But I 110% agree. And again, I'm optimistic and pessimistic at the same time. Optimistic that if we get healthy, maybe we can make some noise. But then I become pessimistic because I remember, oh, wait, nope. We still got Frank. Frank loves putting Melo at the five and LeBron. And he's short of putting, like I said, Isaiah Thomas when he was here. He was short of putting him at the five. But he was out with COVID when we had Isaiah Thomas or not. I wouldn't be surprised at anything anymore, man. I'm just sick of this. We're not a small ball team, nor should we be playing like one. We won 2 out of 3 games on the road, and how did we win those games? By playing big. The one game that we lost, we decided to go small in the fourth quarter, and then what happened? Kristaps Porzingis cooked us, right? He kept shooting over Westbrook, kept shooting over Malik Monk, over Stanley Johnson, like they weren't even there. And Coach never made an adjustment, just like tonight. Tonight, what happened? We start off the game big, get this big lead, we start going small, end up with Carmelo at the 5, lose the game. But it wasn't all on that. I do believe that players, I don't know if they get complacent or they run out of gas, but this whole season, this has made me sick. We're yet to play complete games. Like the one game I can mention that I can remember recently that we played mainly for the most part a complete game was the one versus the Cavs, right? And the Cavs are a far superior team to this Pelican team. The difference was we played a full game, or for the most part, three out of the 4 quarters, and that led us to victory. It's really hard to get wins in the NBA when you take halves off. A whole half off? What is this, man? What is this garbage? You can't do that. And then poor rotations on top of that. We don't have the killer. From the coach to the players to the front office, we don't have the killer. Because if the front office had the killer mentality, guess what they would have did? They would have executed the coach a long time ago, and probably the whole staff can go with them. Package deal. But they don't have that killer, and I'm not sure we're going to get it all season long, period. Damon React said, this is deadass the worst team in the NBA. Now we 1 game ahead of the Spurs, and the Spurs are trying to tank? He said, what is the dumpster juice, bro? What is this dumpster juice? I don't know what the Spurs are trying to do, but they might mess around and get in the play-in before we do. We keep playing like this. Now, the only thing that makes me feel like we can still get in the play-in is the fact that we got LeBron, and, we can hopefully juice him all the way to the end. And get the most out of him. But other players don't step up. Westbrook, he had a subpar game. All right. Again, good and bad is not good. It has to be overall good. THC continues to struggle. The last 3 games or so, he's been horrid. And what does coach do? What does coach do? He doesn't bench him. He doesn't teach him. These are teaching moments for younger players. If you stinking it up, then you're gonna go sit right next to the coach, right? That's what I'm saying. I need a hard-nosed player. I need a hard-nosed real players coach. Is going to teach them valuable lessons and help them get better instead of just letting them out there, sink with the ship and then we all end up blaming THT. It's on you, coach. You went small. You left THT out there and Carmelo out there way too long. That's on coach. Okay, no matter who played bad or whatever. If a player's playing bad, I believe in consequences. Whatever happened to the days when a coach would yell at you? Remember Avery Johnson? Remember Greg Popovich? Whatever happened to the days when a coach would pull you to the side if you played like crap? Nope. Not these Lakers. You can jack up 150,000 three-pointers a season and break them all. But hey, as long as you get your stats and you look decent, guess what? Coach don't mind. He don't even care if you lose. He's gonna play small regardless because that's how he feels that you should play hard, even if you're small or not. That doesn't factor into rebounding. Those are his words, not mine. Think about it. That's the type of coach we have. He blames it on the players. He washes his hands and doesn't take accountability. Not once have I heard him say, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of going small, and it's on me, guys. My bad. As a coach, I had to, come up with some better rotations and game plans and schemes. Not once. Not once have I heard him say that all season. Have you guys heard him say that all season? Because I have not. He said, Dan, I haven't been this disappointed since Kobe lost to Boston. I'll always bleed purple and gold till I die, though. I feel you, man. It's been a bad year, guys. But, the silver lining in all of this is that the light at the end of the tunnel, the end of the season is around the corner. So whatever happens, whether we make the play-in or not, at least we will no longer be subjected to this brand of basketball, right? At least. Right around the corner. That's the only comfort I could offer Laker Nation. That's so sad. You guys know I'm very, very positive and very optimistic, but there's not much to be optimistic about at this point of the season. Maybe AD comes back and he plays like a man possessed. Maybe LeBron James and him start clicking again, and somehow, they take away coach's ability to ruin the game. I don't know, but am I gonna hold my breath for it? Hell no. Thank you so much for a super sticker. I appreciate you. This guy, he's back. Look at him. Look at him. Attention whoring like a mother. Frank Vogel better be a janitor next season. Nah, you know what? I wish him the best, man. I ain't got nothing against him as a person, but he damn sure better not have another coaching job in this league again unless it's an assistant or a defensive coach. I mean, I really don't understand how anybody would be like, you know what? He's doing a good job over there with 3 max contracts and a bunch of good role players. They failed to make the play-in, but look, they're doing all right. I really don't see that for him. Unfortunate. I feel bad for LeBron that his coach sucks. I feel bad for all the team, man. I feel bad for the whole team, the fans, because nobody deserves this brand of basketball. This is weak sauce, man. I'm crying on the inside, Dan. Nah, man, pick your head up, bro. We still got 17 of those things to look back on. Who's going to watch Winning Time tonight? A new episode debuts, so definitely check that out. Relive the glory days, man. That's what gets you through the tough times. It's not all hard. I mean, it's not like we're Clipper fans and we got nothing to look forward to, We Laker fans over here, man. It's royalty, bro. We can't even make the play-ins. It's tough. It's tough, but it's all about being a diehard, loyal fan, sticking by your squad through the thick and the thin. And at the end of the day, there's always a silver lining in everything. Silver lining in everything. He said, feel better and play Black Magic. Yes, sir. Shout out to my boy for plugging me in there. Yes, sir. Definitely go bump Black Magic on all social media platforms, man. And really quick, just want to take a quick pause to shout out my sponsor, Prize Picks. Very grateful for them believing in the channel and what I'm, selling here, what I'm preaching. Deposit match guarantee. If y'all haven't checked it out, definitely give it a shot. He says, so true. At least we ain't the flip. I know, right? It could be a lot worse. Your team could look like the Los Angeles Times newspaper across the chest, could have a beach volleyball and have 0 championships and a bunch of selfies to show for it. So could be a lot worse, man. A lot worse. Isaiah Jordan says, I wish that it was a forfeit button at the end of the season. It's killing me to watch these games. I'm too loyal to stop watching, but it's becoming bad. I feel you, bro. But you know what? You get rewarded once in a while with a great performance from LeBron or a W here and there by continuing to watch. So it's not always bad. Tonight was bad. We lost a 20-point lead, excruciating to watch. We all saw it's like watching a car accident happen in extreme slow motion. Like if you pause the timeline and it goes really slow and you know how bad it is, but you can't stop watching it. You want to see the impact, right? But one game at a time, man. That's it. We got 9 of these suckers left, and we got to cheer for our squad all the way to the end. Who knows? Maybe a miracle happens. We win a couple games in a row, and we solidify a play-in. But that's about it, man. I really, even if we make the play-in and we get a playoff spot, how far can this team, with this many flaws and this many rotation issues and inconsistencies and lack of coaching and lack of half-court offense, how far can we really get, realistically speaking, right? So we can only hope for so much, right? We can always try to stay optimistic up until a certain point because we have to be realistic with ourselves, man. This is not our year. You know, I've been saying it for, a couple months now. It's like, whoa, there go my championship aspirations. My boy Vic, that's what's up, bro. See, check it out. My boy said I just won $70 on Prize Picks. That's what's up, man. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm very happy for you. That always makes me happy when my team wins. I win, bro. So I appreciate the fact that you tested it out and now you're reaping the rewards, Vic. So Dan, I hope you and your girl are doing good. Doing good, Evan. Thanks for asking, man. We actually went out. Happy birthday to my cousin Ruby. We actually went out to down there to Los Angeles to our birthday party. I got on the bull, the mechanical bull. They be having a mechanical bull. That shit was crazy. That was the first time I ever got on. It's a little scary. It looks a lot faster than when you're not riding it. You get dizzy. I had just ate some birria, so I had to throw myself off right quick. I didn't want to throw it all up. He said, congrats to LeBron James for destroying the Lakers. What? I can't even. LeBron is not a real name, bro. You live in Fantasy Island, and nobody destroyed the Lakers, you cuckoo, for Cocoa Puff. This guy is crazy, man. Nobody can destroy this brand and this legacy. That's in your, not even in your worst nightmare, bro. Not even in your best dreams. He said, I got to the point where I pretty much always put money on whoever we are playing against. Sad. That is true. I mean, that's one way to help yourself out this season. At least it's almost a guaranteed win for you and in your pockets. So, hey, whatever you can do to keep going, bro. That's it. There's always one Clipper fan here, man. He's like my biggest fan. He wants my autograph, but since I rejected him, he's been salty, man. I'm actually praying we miss the tournament entirely. It should send a message to Genie, to Rob, and Vogel. Anything short of a championship should definitely send that message. But I agree with you. I think I'm not going to pray for us to miss the tournament because the playoffs just ain't the same without the Lakers. However, if we do, I'm going to look at the silver lining, and that's the fact that you can't hide under injuries or any excuse. No excuses. They gotta tackle this atrocity of a team head on in the offseason, starting with Frank Vogel. He needs to get fired, man. Big time. How do you have the heart to go live after this upsetting loss? LOL. It's unbelievably heartbreaking. Well, I'll tell you why, Sergio, man. Some of us are just built different, man. I'm from the hood, bro. I've seen some horrible losses. I've seen some deaths. I've seen some crazy stuff. And so when you're built like this, you have a broad enough shoulders for Laker Nation to, hop on your back and vent a little bit, then it's a blessing and a curse. Yes, it's a curse because it's hard. These live streams are never easy to do after a loss, but, through thick and thin, I'm the true definition of a fan, man. Good or bad, win or lose, you're always going to find me on this channel unless I absolutely can't for whatever reason. But for the most part, I'm here, man. Somebody's got to stick their chin up and show people how to take a punch like a man. That's just a fact. So to answer your question, man, it's a blessing to have a platform, but it does hurt. Anytime we out here with a loss, man, it definitely hurts, man. Kevin, he said, thanks for the content. Looking forward to this summer. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of content coming up this summer, Kev. Thank you for always being here, man. My right-hand man, Kev. Russ is not the problem. Vogel is. I think they both are. Russ is just not a fit for us. And Frank Vogel is not a fit for anybody. So, yeah, I think they're both a problem, and we have to address both of those issues this summer head on. We definitely do. I mean, there's no more excuses, guys. Nowhere, you know, there's no way to mince my words and say, oh, let's give them another chance. I'm not. You want Laker apologists? There's plenty. All right. And that's not that is not a compliment. Like, I mean it. There's plenty of people that will just say, "Oh, they want to blame the front office or they want to blame whoever they want to blame, but they will protect others, whoever is convenient for them." Doesn't matter, man. Let's just speak facts over here. I'm happy you are here, bro. Oh, trust me, man. It's a blessing. It's only a curse when we lose because it hurts. There's only so many excuses you can make for a team before you start calling it. But it just hurts that this season we were not able to live up to the hype. That by far we're the most disappointing team as far as hype that I can remember. Since the 2011 2012 Lakers with Nash, Dwight. It's been a while. But yep, this one pretty much trumps it, Thank you, Laker girl. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. You too. You're all amazing, man. Just for being here, spending time with your boy on a Sunday afternoon after a tough loss. You guys are real diehards. I mean, you came to a Laker chat channel to break it all down with me because you kind of want to find answers, right? We're all here to kind of discuss what went wrong, how we can fix it this offseason, hopefully, and some silver lining to look forward to moving forward. All I can say is that we're not officially out yet. That's the only positive. But it's not looking likely we'll make it. They own the tiebreaker now. The Spurs are creeping up, and the Lakers have a tough part of the schedule left. Purple and gold always rise. Yes, sir, Joe. You know what's up, man. He says some good news. We get to be relieved from Lil Dane's contract. Oh, yeah. That is some very good news after so many years of being held hostage by Lil Dane's contract and that $5 million that we stretched him out for about 6 years or so. We're finally coming off of that contract this summer. Hopefully we don't add any other contracts like that. Hopefully. Lakers will rise again. We always do, Evan. We're not even worried about that. One day at a time, though, man. One day at a time. Yes, sir, Timothy. Yes, sir. He said, Dan, at least if the season finishes early, you will have more time to work on your music. Oh, we never stop grinding, man. Season or not, we grinding in the studio all the time, bro. So just stay tuned, man, because we got some real heat. If y'all like Black Magic, we're gonna drop some more heat for sure. And I got some singles. I'm gonna drop myself. No collab on those, and then I got some collabs as well. So all kinds of music coming. I'm excited. This is the year for me, man. This is the year I officially come out as an artist. All the tracks y'all heard before, I was just experimenting as a vocal engineer and trying to get better and better. Now it's my time, though. I came out to the draft this year, man. I came out. Now I got to perform. I'm in the big leagues now. I'm on iTunes, SoundCloud, everything you can imagine, every streaming platform. I'm out there. So go check it out. So Dan, you a blessing, thick and thin, best Laker YouTube lover. Lover. Whoa. I think you meant love it. I think that's what you meant. Let's correct it there, man. But I do appreciate the kind words, my friend. He said, Dan, we should just stop playing small ball. I mean, it's easier said than done, Hernandez. I mean, I would definitely, if I was coaching, I would never even go small ball in the first place. I think you need a specific type of team to go small ball. Secondly, though, this coach is too stubborn, man. That small ball probably won't go away till he's completely off of the roster. And even then, we don't pick up somebody out with similar customs and similar teachings to Frank, because I don't think Frank knows what he's doing on the offensive end. Defensively, he might be halfway decent. But yeah, no. He said, I know it's not a good Lakers Nation day, but we still have the 10th place and AD's coming next week. So don't lay the towel down yet. We still have 17. That's right, bro. Stay, positive and optimistic. We'll see what happens. I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. I don't want to overreact to one loss or underreact to one loss, but I'll just say it didn't look good tonight. Let's see what happens on Tuesday. He said, "How the heck you lose a 23-point lead to the Pelicans? Poor coaching. We've been a first half or second half team. It's never both, and we don't have that killer mentality, bro. That's how simple as that. I know it sounds very simply put, and but you know, yeah, at least Mexico won. That really, I would have been devastated had Mexico lost tonight. But still, Mexico not playing very good, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. We barely getting over these these lame teams, barely." That don't even make sense. This guy said, "LOL, son, you've got Clipper jokes? Lakers are the joke. No wonder you have jokes. So how would that make me have jokes? Oh my god, man, I got dumber just reading that. Oh my goodness, did he really just say that? I got jokes because we're the joke. Okay, I don't see how we're the joke. We got way more championships than y'all could probably even count. Y'all caveman headed asses, man. Y'all can't count. We're a joke. We're struggling this year. Y'all struggle every year. And the worst part is that those 7 Clipper fans actually believe. Like, well, I'm not sure if they believe or they act like they believe, but they actually think they're a contender every year. It's ridiculous. Remember what I told you guys when Kawhi Leonard went to Clippers? I said he will never win a championship as long as he's a Clipper. And what happened? Did I lie? How many championships he got since then? 0. Then I said LeBron and the Lakers will win a championship before Kawhi, guaranteed. What happened? We did that too. So don't talk to me till you get a championship, bro. Just don't even talk to me. Don't talk to me. He said the Dodgers have to win it all now. Yes. Our manager just guaranteed a World Series. So got to bring it home now, barring any crazy injuries. We got to fix the pitching a little bit. But, I mean, we got more than enough bats. We're good to go. He said, it sucks when you set your day around the Lakers game and you realize you wasted 2.5 hours. I mean, that's one way to look at it. The way I see it, though, is that you didn't miss out on this chapter of the Lakers, right? Because what's that saying they say? What's that one thing they say? If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. I'm a firm believer of that. I think part of the reason that championships feel so amazing is because you're there during the struggle. And when you finally get over that hump, it hypes you up so much and you just get so hyped. And that's part of being a fan. That's why I don't understand being a player fan personally, because they hop around from team to team. They don't go through the struggle sometimes, especially when you're a great player fan, right? But you got to go through the struggles, man, just to humble you a little bit and give you different perspective, and so you can feel how hard it is to win. Now, when you actually become victorious, you know exactly what you had to go through to get that, man, and it's just that much sweeter. That much sweeter. Zero chips. What's ironic to me is that the same Clipper fan creates like 10 different accounts. That already spells loser all in itself. And then he comes on this channel and then he'll say stuff like that doesn't even make sense. And it's like, now, the real quote is, now I understand why you're a Clipper fan, because none you say makes sense. So why would you follow anything that makes sense? Right? And so it is what it is, man. They like to be in abusive relationships. That's why they're Clipper fans. They like lying to themselves about being championship contenders every year, only to settle for a couple of selfies and the coach going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on the sideline. But that's none of my business, man. I don't watch Clipper games, nor do I go on Clipper. Do they have like a Clipper live stream? Because I ain't never been on one personally. I mean, I wouldn't want my computer catching viruses or anything like that. Anything too crazy, That's just me, man. That's just me. So then I understand how there's even 7 Clipper fans. Like, how does anyone actually like that bum ass team? I wish I could answer that, man. I think I need to take psychology classes to study the human mind. Like, why do people like pain? Like, masochists and all that. Like, why? I don't know. Let us talk about firing Stank Vogel. I said this 2 years ago. Well, you were right, Isaac, but I never, listen, he was never my first choice. If y'all been here with me for a couple years, y'all know that I was happy we let go of Luke Walton because he was a major problem. But when we upgraded for Frank Vogel, I said it's a decent coach signing. It's not like yeah, he's way better than Luke Walton for sure, because at least he's bringing defense and all that, and he was decent in Indiana and all that. But that's not who I wanted. That wasn't my first choice. And so next time the Lakers go into a job search, and and they're looking for the next head coach of this team, of this franchise, they better look for a real capable option, and it has to be our first option. We can't settle for the third option this time. Because let's admit it, Frank Vogel was the third option. First option was Monty Williams. He didn't want it. Obviously, the spotlight was too big for him. Missed out on the championship. Bye, Felicia, you're lost. Next one, Ty Lue. They didn't want to pay him for all the extra years and all that. That was option number 2. Then we settled on Frank as a third option. I don't think that's necessarily a recipe for success. You have to know who you want and go out and get him, And we shouldn't be begging coaches to come over here if they're not mentally right, or they're not mentally strong enough to be the coach of the Lakers, then we shouldn't even reach out. It's that simple. They need to register their interest. We should open up shop and see who registers their interest in coming here. That's the way I would run it if I was a front office. And from those candidates, then I would probably pick somebody. Because if you have to go and personally seek out each coach one by one, try to convince them to come here, nobody should be convinced to try to come here. Like Kobe said, the same for everybody. You either want to be here or you don't. So hopefully the next coach that we hire here is a capable one, and he has to be our first option. Don't want to settle for another third option, because it's not going to work out well. He said, "Go Pelican." Oh, we got a Pelican fan in here. Congratulations on your win, man. I can't even hate. We choked and y'all capitalized. So congrats on your win. That's all I can say. Lakers not making the playoffs. Go Pelicans. We already got a chip though. So I do want to say thank you for Anthony Davis. We got a championship out of that. That's all I can say about that, bro. Is Dan ironic how LeBron hated the play-in tournament? Now the Lakers are playing for the play-in tournament. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't like it. Not a lot. A couple people don't like it, but I always thought it was good, even when we were in jeopardy of when we were in the 7th seed, when the play-in officially started, and we were in jeopardy of getting bounced out in the play-in tournament. But I still thought it was a good idea. I mean, it wasn't just because I'm a Laker fan. He said, "What? How's the Laker organization isn't good?" He said, "Too arrogant. Nobody wants to coach in that mess." You sure about that? Because we've had some of the best coaches come through here. Historically, we've won tons of championships. So I'm not sure if you were born yesterday or you just hating, bro. It doesn't register. And the Lakers organization isn't good. We're 2.5 years removed from a championship. So bubble champs. Champ is a champ, bro. How many champs y'all got? Y'all ain't got bubble. Y'all ain't got, pickle. Y'all don't have any kind of champ, bro. So, I mean, you can say bubble champs and be happy about it, but you're really salty. That's why you're on my channel, But let me help escort you right out, bro, since you clearly don't want to be here, disrespecting saying bubble champs. That's ridiculous, bro. Like, a champ is a champ. It hangs in the rafters, but you wouldn't know nothing about that, right? You're a Pelicans fan. Y'all are the champions of tanking and, piling up draft picks only to lose them in free agency or them requesting a trade. I mean, that's what you're good at. So what are you celebrating? You celebrate a win like you won the championship or something. And here's my thing. This is the funny thing, right? They say bubble championships, but then when you look at their favorite team's track record, how many championships they got? They don't even have a bubble championship. He said, the Rambis are the real problem. They're in Genie's ear too much. I do agree with that. I think Genie needs to stop mixing business with pleasure. Be friends with those people, whatever. They shouldn't be on the payroll, man. That's where we really need to we really need to separate ourselves as a front office. I think Genie needs to learn how to be a killer, and she ain't gonna learn to be a killer by hiring her friends and allowing them to run the team. So we're gonna have to hopefully, she learns sooner rather than later. Hopefully. What's your favorite football team? The Rams. If there is a Clippers stream, there are 0 viewers. Look, man, I wish I really don't. I really don't care, man. You salty? Go Pels. I am salty. Of course, we lost. Who wouldn't? You'd be happy if you lost, and you're not a real fan. If you're not salty that your team lost, then I don't know what kind of fan you are, bro. That's weird. Trey Murphy gets the game ball. What a win. Trey Murphy went off. He did his thing. I always liked Trey Murphy, man, since college. I actually had him in one of the Lakers mock drafts for sure. How do you shoot 52% overall and 40 from the three and lose? Frank Vogel, that's how. When you get a coach like that, you'll understand. You will understand. He said, smooths the soul, making fun of Flipper fans. Bro, they come in here. When they come into my chat, I feel like Manny Pacquiao. I got quick hands, bro. I got hands for days. I mean, these guys are my punching bags. They come in here talking about championships and making fun of us. Like, bro, we got 7. Y'all know how to count, or if you don't have enough hands, you can't get past 10 or what? We got 17, man. It's really hysterical. We're going to have Pelican fans and Clipper fans double teaming me. And, let me get the bug spray out here, bro. Let me get the bug spray out. Explain what a poverty team is, please. I mean, poverty team is a team that is out on Twitter trolling with their accounts, making fun of stuff, making fun of royalty, and they haven't won anything. That's a poverty team. You know how the Kings always like to troll the Lakers when they beat her, so they get lucky or something because they're still salty about 2001. That's a poverty team. Clipper fans coming into my chat thinking they actually said something that I'm even going to think about them as soon as I click out of this video. That's a poverty team. They got 0 championships. It's funny, man. It's hilarious. It's Comedy Central over here. We only about the Celtics. The rest are poverty franchises. We only care about the Celtics. Nah, man, not really. There's a couple of teams that won championships, or some that at least compete really hard. They have humble fan bases who actually understand basketball. I respect them. But all these other people out here thinking that I don't have a thick skin, you can come in here and say whatever you want. I'm not losing any sleep at night, man. I got 17 things, 17 championships to remember. Go back and watch film. Enjoy. We got a whole show catered to the 80s Lakers Showtime basketball, bro. Late 80s, early 90s. We got a whole show about our owner. That's how you know we royalty, bro. About the late, great Dr. Buss. I suggest some of these Born Yesterday hater fans of other teams go and watch the show and understand what real greatness is. Maybe then they'll get a little bit of a taste. But other than that, man, y'all ain't never going to taste nothing, bro. 17 paid for championships? What does that even mean? What does that mean? Paid for championships. What does that mean, bro? Everybody pays for championships. You have to pay the max players to come play for your city, right? No matter who do you root for? Let me just give you a little history lesson. Who do you root for, that boy? I bet you won't even say because you're scared of getting exposed. But let me just educate you right quick. Who do you root for? Put it in the chat. Exactly. You won't say it. But you're either you don't have a championship or you don't understand how your team won a championship. Every team in the NBA has to pay for championships. It takes superstars, at least 1 or 2, to win championships historically. Even your favorite team, if they ever did win one, they paid for a championship because you pay the max player to come play for your city. Now, don't be salty because you couldn't get the girl in high school, bro. Don't be salty because your team can't recruit free agents. Like that has nothing to do with anything. Of course, we pay for championships, bro. We LA, we got the revenue. We're gonna pay to bring the free agents who want to play for us anyway. So yeah, we paid for championships. So what? Championships are championships. He said, Lakers are the Yankees of the NBA. We're the evil empire. Nah. Hell no. What about the Spurs? Everybody paid for you. What, the Spurs didn't pay max contracts? Sure, a couple players took pay cuts, but they still paid. How much they pay Tim Duncan? How much they pay Tony Parker? They still got paid max contracts for the time. So what? Oh, he's a Pelicans fan. There you go. That explains. He's real mad. That boy real mad, huh? AD didn't want to play for y'all no more. He got tired of selling tickets. He wanted to win a real championship. So we paid for that championship because we paid him to come win for a real team, man. Don't be salty, that boy. Come on, man. Keep it a $150. There's no team in the NBA that doesn't pay for championships. Till a bunch of G League players come and win a championship, then I believe you. But until then, everybody getting paid for these championships, man. He said LeBron is just wasting energy for a team that doesn't deserve it. Should have just kept the bubble team. I mean, that's your opinion, dude. I'm still mad about AD. Well, that's up to you. If you want to be mad about AD, that's up to you. I mean, y'all literally let Lonzo Ball walk. Lonzo Ball's a hell of a good player. Y'all gonna keep losing players because y'all really don't compete for championships, which explains your saltiness for sure, man. He said, Pelicans, I can take more seriously than the Flippers. I mean, they really haven't won anything. How serious can you take that team? They're a fun young team, sure. But to start talking to the heavy hitters, bro, it's like me going up to a mobster, you know, and bringing a knife to a gunfight, bro. I'm going to get shot. I wouldn't do it if I was a Pelican fan. You know, we got plenty of ammo over here, bro. Don't get shot coming into the chat talking about the Pelicans just because y'all beat us one game. That's silly. That's hilarious. He said, Dan, the number one team I hate is the Flippers, and 2, Patrick Beverly and the Celtics, except Tatum. I feel you on that. That's not a bad list right there. Hope you've been all right. Been watching the Lakers, but haven't really been active on social media. Still support you, brother. Thanks, Brayden. I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good, bro. I'm blessed, and you know, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper overall in life. I'm not happy about the Lakers season this year. I mean, that's tough. Who is, right? But we're here. He said Pelicans own the Clippers. He said fans always take shots at the Lakers when they're down. We live rent-free in every team's head. That's a big fact, bro. I don't see none of these fans in here when we win. I swear to you. Go back and watch my winning videos. You won't see any of these fans, you know, when we win. They really only troll when they lose. They try to kick us while we're down. They feel real big, right? But come on, man. It's funny. Y'all ain't making the play-in. Is that what it says on your crystal ball chat? Is that what it says? Because apparently you know it all, bro. Look, tell me, bro. Tell me about my future while you're at it, bro. Dan, the play-in tournament, what's your starting lineup if everyone's healthy? I'll do AD at the 4. I'll put Wenyen Gabriel at the 5. That way we have some floor spacing and mobility. I got LeBron at the 3. Either Austin Reeves or Malik Monk, depends on the flow of the game or who we're facing off. And then obviously Russell Westbrook has a lifetime membership as long as he's a Laker to start a lineup. So he's starting. So yeah, that would be my starting lineup. I think we'd match up pretty good versus most teams. And you know, we'd have enough. He'd say, yes, sir, y'all ain't making the play-in and your future looks like pain. Chad is a hater, man. Straight up exposed. Is it Dan keeping THT and Melo on the bench during crunch time is a good recipe? Is that playing like shit? I definitely agree with that. Who are we waiving to keep Gabriel? I would waive Kent Bazemore. He really hasn't made any sort of impact this season. He's had maybe like a good quarter all year. About it. That's about it. So I would say Kent for sure. Is it, hey, Dan, the Clippers are tanking, losing 5 straight, so they won't play the Grizzlies in the first round? They would. During the bubble, they were tanking too to try to get a different matchup. They're scary, for sure. He said, y'all need to go ahead and break the team up. Man, you need to go ahead and go to a different chat, bro. You're not a Laker fan, bro. Get out of here. Is LeBron staying with the Lakers next year? He should. I mean, he should play out his contract. Historically, that he's never requested a trade, so I doubt he moves. Now the question is Russell Westbrook staying with the Lakers next season? To be determined. If we can find a trade taker and we can get something decent in return, like a second round pick or maybe some expiring contract or something, then maybe there'll be a trade there. But we need to move on from Russ. It's just not. It wasn't a good fit at all. Ariza gotta go. Dude is just getting a paycheck. That is true. I forget he's even on the team sometimes, guys. That really bothers me. How players can just kind of like blend in the background. And yeah, we really haven't. he really didn't make the impact that I think the coaching staff thought he was going to make. He's a half step too slow. And I think his best role would have been as a third stringer off the bench, but the coaching staff doesn't like to play veterans as third stringers. Like, remember, Jared Dudley rarely got playing time. So I think in the Jared Dudley role, he would have been all right. But yeah, he's no longer starter material. He started a couple games and we were like, oof, we couldn't stand it. And then, but look, it's one of those things, guys. Just I love Trevor Ariza. I think he's always going to be part of Laker Nation with that, especially earlier in his career. But he's getting close to the end for him. Father Time hasn't been too kind to him as his game continues to develop towards the end. I'll tell you a couple more questions before I get off, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bummer of a loss. Again, we give up 20-point lead plus, but it is what it is, man. It comes with the territory this season, I guess. He said, get rid of Russ. Never. You sound ridiculous. I sound ridiculous? Okay. And don't listen to me. It's that simple, man. He said, Dan, the Pelicans fan think they deserve a trophy when they beat the Lakers. Now, I know exactly how mad Pelicans fans are. They're extremely mad because I remember when we made that trade, I was like, I just out of curiosity, let me go take a peek at the forum. Man, they were wishing all kinds of injuries and stuff on AD. A lot of them probably got their little voodoo dolls out, and that's probably why AD hasn't been healthy this season. But I'll say this: some of them are still classy. I've met a couple Pelican fans; they're cool. Some of them, and I love Brandon Ingram, obviously. When Lonzo was there, I liked him as well. But they haven't been able to do nothing with it. Zion hasn't been able to stay healthy, which I think is bad for the league because the league needs to see young talent. I'm a big fan of young talent. I thought Zion was going to have a great career. I still believe he can if he stays healthy. That's a big if. So they got bigger fish to fry over there in New Orleans. They really shouldn't even be in my chat, to be honest, because they got even bigger issues than us. You got to worry about Zion potentially not wanting to be there. You already lost Lonzo Ball. Brandon Ingram's next on your list if you keep going like this. The team is taking steps backwards instead of building for the future. Trey Murphy is a good pick, though. That was a good pick, not just for tonight, but I like him. He's a sharpshooter. He has good size on him. But yeah, they got bigger fish to fry. Lakers, we worry about ourselves. Don't worry about us, Pelican fans. We deal with what we got to do. So Johnny Juzang stock dropped. Lakers might be able to get him undrafted now. You don't understand how good that kid is. He's really good. Somebody will pick him up. If not in the first round, the second round for sure. But if he drops, the Lakers are going to be waiting with that little, safety net. We're going to be poaching away draft picks. That would be awesome. Because I love Ingram. He's a Laker at heart. Let's bring him back when he's available. I don't know if that'll be a possibility, man. But again, Lakers got to worry about this offseason. 1 year at a time, guys. Let's not look too far down. Like Dan always says, the Lakers will always find a way to into the championship picture, always. That's why haters big mad, bro. That's why haters are big mad and in my chat. Because they know they're really trying to kick and spit before we can get up and start swinging. Once the Lakers get up, we can start swinging, man. We're like a grizzly bear, too. We're taking arms and legs and limbs and everything. Lakers are the monster of the NBA. They're the Frankenstein per sorts. And once we come to life, we really start wreaking havoc for sure. So everybody fears us, and they really try to take us down. But like I said, you can't bring a knife to a gunfight. It's that simple. If you don't got chips, you don't have a dog in the race. You can't really even talk. There's no humility. I like NBA fans that, okay, you may not have a championship or whatever, but if you can stay humble and just cheer for your team, you don't have to put down or try to talk trash to anybody else's team, especially the ones that got championships, bro. That's not a good look. The Clippers have fallen and can't get up for generations. They've never been up, Stan. I think you give them too much credit. They've never been up, ever. They've been that team that pretends. They're the pretenders. Remember, they used to use that term a lot, contenders versus pretenders. They've always been pretenders, but nobody believes the hype. Only in the moment fans. Like, I remember when they acquired Kawhi and Paul George, they were like, it's over, blah, 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 blah. I remember everybody on ESPN said it. I even made a mix about it, making fun of it. I still, a couple, what is it, 3 years later, still no championships, you know? He said, Dan, you're officially a rapper. Take them down. You have the skill for sure. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of breath to make a diss track about a franchise that has nothing to diss. I wish they had something I could really get in. I already made one. I won't make too many for the same franchise. However, the haters keep running their mouth. I might make an NBA wide diss track to everybody, every other fan base, and teams that keep talking smack. John Morant, you better stop talking about my Lakers, bro. Until you do something. Monk needs to be more consistent, and THT, Westbrook, and Vogel got to go. I do agree with that, man. Consistency is key, but we don't have it from the top down. Bottom line is this, Laker Nation. Our season is starting to wind down. 9 games left. It's sink or swing time. We sunk tonight, right? But can we turn it around the next couple of days? To be determined. I don't promise nothing, but I will be. My eyes will be glued to the TV, and I'll be watching, hoping that we have breakout games. We have amazing performances by LeBron, and hoping that we just continue to bring some positivity to the Laker fans, because it has been it's been tough. Dan, I'm a Lions fan. True to heart will always be. Congratulations on the Super Bowl win, and you're welcome for Stafford, LOL, but Lakers for life, Lions for life. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for Matt, for reals. For reals, thank you for Matt. He really needed to be over here, bro, and he got paid. Not only handsomely with the championship, but you've seen the big contract he just inked up. So very happy for Matt. He was underrated for years because he was in Detroit, right? No offense. But he got his time to shine. And in a way, you guys kind of won a little bit too, because your guy wins one. And it's a win-win. He said, man, Dan accepted the Lakers are trash with LeBron on the team. The Lakers are trash with LeBron on the team? Yeah, the Lakers suck this year. What is there to accept? We've been sucking all year long. I've said it multiple times. We don't have the killer mentality, but what does that have to do with LeBron? LeBron's done his part at 37. My man's out here dropping 50-point games, willing us to victories. And I can't say the same for Westbrook, though. He had a nice little 3 to 4 game stint, but it's starting to look like that's about to go away. So hopefully I'm wrong and he continues to ball out, because we're going to need everything we got. But I mean, why do people focus so much on LeBron? Like, this dude's not 37, bro. There's other players you can critique, and definitely the coaching staff. Now, sometimes I wonder if people watch games. He said, I'm a Laker fan, but can't deny that boy Ja is special, and them young Lions, they got down in Memphis, are fun to watch. Oh, yeah. I mean, Ja Morant is definitely a beast. Like I said, I almost bought his jersey till I heard some blasphemy come out of his mouth. But, me not liking his personality versus his skill set is different. I mean, I respect everybody who's good skill set. I still even respect Kawhi, even though he's a Clipper. I respect his skill set. I don't like his personality or him as a player or whatever. But I respect the skill set for sure. The Suns hole slapping tour 2022 continues, coming to a city near you. Hole slapping tour. Bro, y'all fell short of a championship. Giannis owns y'all, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, this is what I'm talking about. These type of fans right here, man. Phoenix Suns. You guys are an afterthought, which means nobody thought about you guys after the finals. Some dummies bought the hype and even compared Booker to Kobe. There's a couple of dummies like that. They watch too much ESPN. But I'll say this. That has nothing to do with who you guys are. You guys are still – I still feel like the Suns, to be a legit championship favorite, not a contender, because clearly there's a bunch of contenders. Nobody's a clear-cut favorite outside of Milwaukee, who are the defending champs. But to be like a legit favorite, like you think you are, you're still a player away. Like, you got Devin Booker, who hates double teams. Chris Paul, who's always injured at the wrong times. You got DeAndre Ayton, who's a nice little player, but he ain't going to get you over the hump. And then a bunch of dirty role players like Jay Crowder. I like Michael Bridges. He's nice. Cameron Payne, Ratatouille. Nobody cares about him. He got hot last year during the injured playoffs. But you know what? You still lost in the finals. So what's that? And look, it's the Clipper fan. It's the same one. He thinks we're dumb. Devin Booker owns me. Oh, okay. He owns me. Ridiculous, bro. You're the same dummy that keeps typing the same shit, and now you use another fan base to cover up who you truly are, man. Dan, check LeBron's post game. He was limping on the ankle. He will be out. That's tough. If he's out, our season is for sure done. That's a fact. If LeBron James misses an extended period of time, for sure. He said, "You talking about injured playoffs as a Laker fan? Of course. What you mean? We were injured. What are you talking about? We were injured, bro. What do you? Why a Laker fan can't talk about the injured playoffs? The whole Western Conference was injured when Devin Booker walked to the finals, and then he got smacked by a healthy team in the finals. Let's be real. Let's be real, man. The Suns are not who you think they are, and you're gonna find that out again this season. They'd be lucky to get to the Western Conference Finals, let alone to the NBA Finals again." Suns, they always get mentioned the Mamba, but can't win no championship. There's no comparison. People that say Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant never really watched Kobe Bryant consistently. They probably saw one game or two. That's why they make such a simple-minded comparison. Now, does certain aspects of his game remind you of him a little bit? Sure. There's plenty of players that remind me of Kobe a little bit. DeMar DeRozan's mid-range game, Jason Tatum, footwork at times, scoring ability, but reminding you of a player and being the next version of that player are two complete different things. And that's why I think people they don't understand that. And I thought Stephen A really pissed me off last year when he said Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant. Shut up, Stephen. First of all, 0 championships. May never even get a championship. How y'all comparing champions versus non-champions in the first part, you know? I don't know. Is it LeBron James is good? He's ready to go. Remember Kobe? LeBron James was his bro. I don't know, man. I'm not a team doctor, bro. Who knows? Who knows if he's going to miss or not? I mean, I didn't think he was going to miss the last game, and he did. So, even at 37, as good as he is, as great as he is, Father Time's still undefeated. It's still going to be some lingering injuries and stuff that bother him. I mean, he had ankle problems last year, remember, because of John Solomon or whatever that guy's name is. So, he's still human. So we got to be careful with that and see what happens. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, man. That's going to wrap it up for me. Don't forget to smash the like button. I'll see you guys real soon. Tuesday, man, next big game coming up. We'll see what happens, guys. No promises, but the Lakers need to do something if they want to, make it to the play-in. They got every game we feel like it's a crucial game, but 9 games left. That's all I got to say. 9 games left is put up or shut up, and we'll see what happens moving forward. All right, guys. Try to have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.